I mean, I have read the book. I think that's why I have such a strong opinion about Elriel in the first place. But I also think that the dancing shadows in the bonus, there's a lot more emphasis being put on those shadows in that one bonus chapter than the entirety of the history between Elaine and Azriel in the main book series at this point. I'm also going to respond to your whole thread here. So basically, what you're saying is that the shadows dancing is significant, or it's more significant than the Elriel crumbs we've gotten so far. And it literally says his shadows are curious. It's clear that I'm an Elriel shipper, but that doesn't mean that I have to be so against Gwynriel. I'm not really like I'm against a lot of Gwynriel arguments, but I would read a Gwynriel book if it was presented to me and I felt like it made sense. And if he did switch, people would still read it. No, they wouldn't think he's a fuckboy. I think that is a subjective opinion. I personally would question his love for Gwynriel at any point, because the bonus chapter that the Gwynriels are emphasizing so much, it's literally, that's also the same chapter where Azriel wants to, get on his knees and worship Elaine's kitty cat cafe. So like it reads a little fuckboyish. And he says, you know why? Because Elaine literally has a mate. Who is going to blame the boy for going for someone who doesn't have a mate? Well, for one, if he's in love with Elaine and Elaine doesn't want Lucien and Elaine wants Azriel, her mate is kind of irrelevant in that sense. She's going to have to reject Lucien and like do all that stuff, but she's not going to do that in anything less than her own book. And then the last part of your comment is like, everyone needs to realize that this is a book. SJM ain't going to change her book just because y'all don't like who the third bat boy ends up with. She knows what she's doing. And yes, I do think that Sarah has her plan and she's going to move forward with it. But I also think that that's something that we all have to know, not just the more critical girlies in the SJM fandom, because for all you know, this is going to kind of come back to haunt the Gwynriel side of the fandom, in that Sarah has been laying the groundwork for Elriel for all of these books, and then she makes Elriel happen, and then it's like, oh no, like she's retconning shit. Like, no, she's not. Because, like you said, she knows what she's doing.